with what's happening to US banking sector, European banking sector. Arun Jain, Chairman and Managing Director of Intellect Design, joins us now. Mr. Jain, good morning. Thank you for joining us. The view in the market is that a business like Intellect is heavily dependent on US BFSI business. And if anything goes wrong there, the after effect of that would be immediate. First, what is your correlation with SVP? And in last 1 week or 10 days, have you got anything which gives you a sweat on your brow, anything which is disturbing, anything which is negative?
Okay, so just to tell the investor, Intellect has only 7% of the revenue coming from US market as of now. So that dependency on US market is much, much lower than anybody else. Out of which 7%, 80% of that comes from AI and cloud business, which is on an upswing investment rather than a downswing investment from the perspective where we are looking to grow the business in US, because these are the investment buckets which are already well committed, and it is must investment. There's no choice a customer has in these investments.
What about Europe? Because when we contacted you, sir, the problem was America. In last 24 hours, the problem has moved from America to Europe.
I think Nico, we need to understand the problem at a more systemic level, system level, operation level, and business level of the banking industry. In absence of detailed analysis, the investor community a lot of time reacts based on visible symptoms like Brexit, Trump, Russia, Europe, SVB. These are only symptoms. Since I'm designer of banking technology over 37 years, I have observed that there are four-dimensional complexity of global financial banking system, which can be presented through the regulation frameworks, which is represented through the interconnected world, which is connected to the economic fluctuation which happens. And after all, the 5 generation of technologies, they are sitting with the residual legacy in each of the spaces, which exposes the risk in each of them. So this is the complexity pyramid which bank has to solve, and this has to be, they have to untangle it, which can only be possible with the technology. Technology is a key piece to remove the residual risk. And in that area, we have designed the new set of technology, which is a Wave 5 technology, which is phenomenally different from the earlier technology, where holistic design plays a critical role in designing the banking ecosystem. So there are banks in US like Capital One, which has grown in last 10 years so beautifully. JPMC has grown so beautifully. Wherever the technologies are deployed in a right earnest, whether in Europe or in America, they've done a great job.
But Arun, what can you tell us about client confidence at this juncture? Have there been any panic calls to try and reduce contracts, pull out of deals, or that panic hasn't set in yet?
There will not be any panic. The only point I'm saying, this is happening every time whenever something happens like this of one bank. These are foolish decision of a banking risk committee. They didn't have even asset liability management system, which is so surprising to me sitting in India, that asset liability systems we have built 25 years back for Citibank, where they were, how can one bank can have a dependency on one asset portfolio? And that should not be contagion on other banks. And unfortunately, industry is reacting on the symptoms rather than systemic issues.
How is this current problem in US financial system different from 2008 or 2012 or 13?
They're not different. They're localized problems which have a contagion. But if I look at it, the role of a technology in all the 4 waves, the technology spend has gone up, and that has given the sense of urgency after this event for investing more. Our technology of eMAG.ai, which we launched last month with AWS, it's about converging 5 things together. The events will happen, the microservices, the APIs to connect the interconnected world, cloud and AI in a embedded manner. So you can create a composable solution and you can design the AI. So our proposal to the bank is they need to design business operation technology in a holistic manner, and they can co-design with their vendors, with their in-house teams. It cannot be outsourced agenda. There's a definite shift on wave 5 of the technology. So wave 1 from mainframe to mini to micro, this is a wave 5 which is happening in the world. Bank has to invest more in technology than reducing the technology cost.
So if I have to, let's say, get your outlook for your shareholders and for those who track the banking stroke, the entire IT space or the BFSI space, you are of the view that the nervousness in the market, which is about a regional banking problem in US and a big single bank problem in Europe, if markets fear that this is going to be having a systemic impact on the IT outsourcing and the BFSI space, that is far-fetched. The reality is not like that. The reality, it is business as usual.
As usual, I think it will force bank to move to the cloud technology faster, move to AI technology faster. They need a holistic transformational budgets like CBA in Australia, the banks in Canada having a much bigger market cap for the banks who have still living with the old legacy technology of last 4 generations. So people who have invested in time, they have reaping the benefit of today outcome. It's not about regional bank. It's not about European bank. It's about whosoever invests at the right time, but right time in the right way, not just putting the dollars on managing legacy technologies versus spending money for transformation and designing the new technology.
Say that what you are indicating about intellect design, that may hold true for the entire IT outsourcing sector per se. Can we paint everything with the same brush, that what you are experiencing in terms of an outlook and commentary from your clients, that holds true for the entire sector per se?
I would not say for entire sector. Some of the sectors, if they are not in a latest technology of wave 5, which is a cloud, AI, microservices and APIs, if they are in a backward um, routine job of BPO, I think those are the places where we need to have worrisome pointers. But anybody who has moved from wave 3 to wave 5 technology, I think they don't have a worry. They have a positive signal because now we can push to the bank to invest faster than we were telling earlier. And they were saying, no, 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 it's okay. Life goes on. But this is a moment of urgency for them.
Okay, Arun, great to have you on the show and, bring in that amount of clarity as to what really is going on with, your business specifically in the Europe as well as the US geography. Very little exposure and no panic yet. That's the messaging coming in. Metals, by the way, still taking a knock. You're not